What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new, slightly insulting video, and in today's video we're going to be going over part 2 to the first phase of the MMU, the Minecraft Marvel Universe. If you guys haven't seen already, make sure to go check out the MMU playlist, which includes the likes of Spider-Man, Stark, Ant-Man, and 1942, which is the most recent addition. But here is part 2 to this list. So without further ado, let's get into it. As you can see on the screen right now, here is part 2 to the slightly insulting universe of Marvel characters. And as you can see, the first one that will be coming out in September of 2020 will be Slightly Insulting's Black Widow. This story will follow Natasha Romanoff as she tries to uncover secrets about her past and leading up to her working with S.H.I.E.L.D. We will also encounter other familiar faces in this film, such as Clint Barton and other characters yet to be announced. Now, the next 3 films in part 2 don't actually have any date as of now, but I can tell you that these are happening. Like I said, there is no time frame for these films coming out, but I can tell you that these are almost certainly happening. The next one will be Iron Man Heart of Gold, which follows the story of Stark. It is the sequel to Stark. It is basically Stark 2, and it was actually, fun fact, very close to be called Stark 2, but we went with Iron Man Heart of Gold because obviously in the first one, he is just Tony Stark. It is a Tony Stark story, therefore it was called Stark. This one is an Iron Man story. Yes, as we know, at the end of Stark, he did eventually figure out how to make the arc reactor, and now this will follow the story of Iron Man as he becomes Iron Man. Stark was about Tony, and now this one is following his journey to becoming the superhero known as Iron Man. This will feature recurring characters like Pepper Potts, like Rhodey. Them two will almost certainly be back, the big trio of the Iron Man series, and then we'll also be introduced to other characters such as Obadiah Stane and Happy Hogan as well. The next film in the list, as you can see, is Thor. Now, Thor will follow the adventures of both Thor and Loki, both being the dual brother main characters of the Thor series, and I really want to home in on that relationship with this one. What you're really going to see in this film is the relationship that Thor has with his brother Loki, what differences he has, and what he has in common as well, but especially his differences, so make sure to look out for that. This Thor film will also feature something very prominent to the MCU, surprisingly. As you guys know, if you don't know, we are trying to venture as far away from the MCU as possible when it comes to these films to try and do our own thing when it comes to these stories. However, Thor will feature something very similar and reminiscent to something that happened in one of the other MCU movies in that early phase 1. So if you guys can guess, let me know in the comments below what you think that's gonna be. But anyway, with that being said, that is the next one. And then obviously the next one on the list, and the final and certainly not least, is the culmination. It is the Avengers movie. This is where they all come together to fight the big bad. I'm not going to reveal who the big bad of the film is yet, but I can confirm that most of the heroes that show up in the mainstream timeline of the MMU will be showing up in the Avengers. Not every hero in the MMU will be showing up, there are exceptions, but know that most of the mainstream timeline heroes will be showing up in this film. And with that being said, that is it for the phase 1 part 2 timeline reveal. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button. Tell me in the comments below, are you hyped for these films? And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.